Good morning, friends. I've got up very early today and I came down to the larder to make a cup of tea myself. And I thought it's a good idea to make a video right now here for you all. I have just received news from Indore that a regrettable incident has taken place there. As you are aware, the Australian cricket team is the world champions at touring India, and there was a cricket match scheduled between the Indian team and the Australian team in Indore. Now, what happened is that when the girls came out of the hotel, one man on a motorbike came and began to follow them, making lewd passes and perhaps even trying to touch them. A passerby, immediately noted down the number of the motorcyclist. It was an attempt at molestation, and he informed the police. The man, of course, ran away after the girls made a hue and cry, and then something did happen. The police moved in and they arrested the man. It turns out that he's a Muslim named Atiq Khan, and I think he's been given a rousing reception by the police. But he has now been arrested, and of course, he'll face criminal charges. The point we're coming to is that Indore is supposed to be one of the most safest places in India. It's a very small town comparatively to, say, to some of the big metropolis towns like, say, Calcutta or Bombay or Hyderabad. But for a small town, the element of crime is very high there. I've been visiting to the city for many years, and I find that the law and order situation is not what it should be. There are many reasons for it. The BJP government has been in power for donkey's years, but then, the BJP government in Madhya Pradesh is quite different from the one in Uttar Pradesh, which is headed by Yogi Adityanath. It's like different from chalk from cheese. So net result is that the law and order situation in Madhya Pradesh has deteriorated badly, while in UP, Yogi Adityanath, I still remember make his speech in the assembly when he said, कि मैं भस्म कर दूंगा, यानी I will bury these people who are spoiling the city. And the police has been trigger happy, it's a good thing. And many of these rapists and gangsters have been shot dead even before they were brought to court. But in Madhya Pradesh it's not happening. I don't say such a thing should happen, but law and order is a state subject. You can't stop blaming the center for it. In any case, the center's got a BJP government also, and there's a BJP government here in Madhya Pradesh. But the only thing which is happening is that there's been a complete lack of development in the state. This focus I thought I should make on Madhya Pradesh after this incident took place, because now it's clear that there's a lot under the video, a lot under the crust, because some of the big industries which did come to Madhya Pradesh, like Hindustan Motors and Canet and the Honda company, they just vanished from there. The reasons are very well known: lack of infrastructure, no incentives, and the government more intent on just winning seats and votes. Now, when a government's intention is to just win seats and votes, you can't expect much of progress from that state. I find that the greatest stress there is on something called the Ladli Behan, where I think that they're paying 1,500 rupees per month to unemployed women. Now, this is a very, very serious matter in the sense you're wasting the national exchequer, the money hardly earned, to people who are non-productive, who don't want to work. Now, I remember reading an article once by Bertrand Russell, I think, and he had said, teach a man how to fish and not just how to eat fish. It's a very important point. Now, here what the BJP government is doing is giving money to people who don't want to work and who have the incentive not to work, keep pocketing the money, and then this money, which is the taxpayers' money, which could be used for development, is used for this nonsense, With the result, the state is amongst the poorest in India. I think the number is about 25 or 26 out of a total 28. Its per capita income is about $1,100, which is much below the national average, which is 2,800. And if you just consider that in America the per capita GDP is about 80 or 90,000, in Madhya Pradesh it's just about 1,100, 1,200. Indore is a nice developed place, but very sad that such incident taking place of molestation of the Australian team. And it's given a bad name to the country. The news has flashed all over the world. And I don't think what the Madhya Pradesh government is going to do about it until they improve the law and order situation. There's got to be an element of fear in the criminals. But that is not existing. And another thing which must be examined by the socio-economic experts is that the element of crime among the minority community is much more, I think, percentage-wise, when we carry out a census, like they did in America, and they found that the blacks were more prone to criminal acts than the whites. Of course, later on that survey was set aside because it was a racial survey. But here I think there's been no surveys, it's just my assessment, that most of the criminals, the gangsters, the smugglers, all these are from the minority community. I think it's something which the minority community must look inside and see to it that what is happening. In the meanwhile, this incident is regrettable, and I think India should be really ashamed of it. And more so in a city like Indore, which was ruled earlier by the Holkars. I thought when the Holkars were ruling, things were much better. The Holkars were one of the scions of the Maratha dynasty, and when they were ruling, things were not that bad. But things are now very bad getting there. I remember reading some time back that there was a girl who was going wearing a short skirt on a scooter, and she was being taunted in the city by some young people for wearing a skirt. And she got so, flustered that she slipped and fell down from the scooter. I mean, this is not something to be very proud of. And I hope the law and order situation improves in the city. It's up to the Madhya Pradesh government that they improve the law and order situation instead of wasting time on Laldi Behan or some chair-bench schemes just to win elections. Because I have just one question for the BJP leadership in Madhya Pradesh. They've been in power there for decades. And why should Madhya Pradesh still continue to be the most backward state in the country? That's something which I'm very interested to know. And I'm sure the Indian public also, the Indian masses, are very keen to know. So, जो हमारी अवाम है वो जानना चाहते हैं कि ये इतने सालों से राज कर रहे हैं मध्य प्रदेश में, तो ये मध्य प्रदेश अभी भी इतनी बैकवर्ड कंट्री क्यों है, क्यों स्टेट इतनी बैकवर्ड है? It's a very sad thing because I'm very closely connected with the state. I go there very often, and I like it very much. Wonderful places to eat, wonderful hotels, and of course it's a very modern city. Despite this incident, I'll say it's a very modern city, and it in terms of freedom for the woman, I think is something akin to Bombay or Bangalore. Well, gentlemen, this is a short video. I hope you like it. I'm going to say goodbye now, and I look forward to your subscription to my channel. I hope you like my video. Again, I'll say that. Please subscribe to it. That's very important. As I told you, I'm not a man backed by the big bucks. I have my own bucks, my own money, and I look forward to your cooperation. And I'll say goodbye, God bless, and Jai Hind.